Some towns die when their people leave. Others die when memory abandons them. And then there are towns that never should have existed in the first place. Towns are raced not by time, but by will. I once found such a place, a town swallowed by silence, erased from every map, but still standing as though waiting for me. This is the story of the forgotten town. It began with a wrong turn. I had been driving for hours through the countryside, roads twisting like veins across the land. My GPS flickered and reset. For a moment, the screen went black. When it came back, there was a road I hadn't noticed before. Narrow, unmarked, framed by trees leaning too close together. I almost passed it. Almost. But something in me, curiosity, recklessness, fate, made me slow down. The signpost of the entrance was rusted, letters peeled away. Only one symbol remained, scratched deep into the metal, a circle with a line through it. The deeper I drove, the stranger it became. The trees grew denser, trunks twisting unnaturally as if they were trying to cage the road. My headlights stretched far ahead, but revealed nothing. No wildlife, no birds, no movement. Just endless, suffocating stillness. And then, through the mist, I saw them, lamps. Old-fashioned street lamps lining a cobblestone road, flickering faintly even though no power lines were in sight. That's when I realized I was no longer on any road I knew. The car rolled to a stop at the edge of town square. It looked like something out of another century. Brick storefronts with faded lettering, balconies with rusted railings, a fountain long dried up, but it wasn't abandoned. Not exactly. The streets were too clean. No weeds breaking through the cobblestones, no debris blown by wind. Everything looked, tended to, as if someone maintained the illusion of life. I stepped out, and that's when the silence struck me. It wasn't just the absence of noise, it was the suppression of it. My footsteps felt muffled, swallowed before they could echo. When I whispered, "Hello," it sounded like I'd spoken into a pillow. Shops lined the street. I peered into one, a bakery. Loaves of bread sat behind glass, blackened with age, yet holding their shape. On the counter lay a bell for service. I touched it. The bell moved under my finger, but made no sound. Further down, I found a toy store. In the middle of the road outside, a child's doll sat upright, glass eyes staring at me. Its porcelain face was cracked, but not by time. It looked deliberate, as though something had tried to carve a new expression onto it. I kicked the doll aside. It rolled once. When I looked back, it was sitting upright again, facing me. The lamps above flickered all at once. A cold shiver crawled down my spine. At the center of town rose a church, taller than any building around it. Its steeple leaned, crooked against the sky. The bell inside cracked straight through the middle. The door stood open, inviting me in. Against every instinct, I entered. Inside, the pews were full, but not with people. Figures carved of wood sat in silence, each shaped like a person mid-prayer. Their hands were clasped, their heads bowed, but their faces were painted grotesquely. Some smiled too wide, teeth carved like jagged lines. Others wept with black streaks dripping from their wooden eyes. The altar held a book so large it took up the entire surface. The pages were yellowed and brittle, but one phrase repeated on every single line in hundreds of cramped, shaking hands. "We are still here." I backed away. That's when one of the wooden figures shifted. Its head turned just slightly, creaking as if joints had moved. The air turned colder. A whisper slithered through the rafters, so faint, yet everywhere at once. "Stay." The figures began to lean, one after another, as though acknowledging me. I stumbled out of the church, my breath fogging though the night was not cold. The square stretched larger than before, as if the town was rearranging itself while I looked away. That's when I saw her. A girl, no more than 10, stood by the broken fountain. Her dress was white once, now gray with dust. Her eyes were pure black, voids that reflected no light. When she spoke, Her lips did not move. Her voice was inside my head. "You shouldn't have come," she said. "But now that you're here, you can't leave." I tried to back away, but behind her the houses shifted. Windows widened into gaping mouths. Doors opened like eyes. From the church, the mannequins began to file out, stiff, jerking with every step. The girl raised her hand. The book from the altar slammed shut on its own. The sound finally broke the silence. "You found us," her voice pressed against my skull. "No one ever finds us twice." I turned and ran. The street twisted impossibly, stretching longer the more I moved. My car seemed miles away. I could hear footsteps behind me, dozens of them. Yet when I glanced back, the street was empty. Finally, the road split, and there it was, my car. I threw myself inside, slammed the door, and turned the key. The headlights pierced nothing but trees. The town was gone, but as I drove, I caught sight of something in the rearview mirror. A face, small, pale, black eyes staring at me from the back seat. I blinked. It was gone. I never found that road again. Believe me, I tried. Maps don't show it. Locals don't know it. It's as though the town doesn't exist. But sometimes in the dead of night, when my GPS glitches, I hear a voice whisper just behind my ear, "Come back." If you like this story, subscribe to Gothic and Horror Classics. We tell tales that disturb, stories that refuse to stay forgotten.